Hi, my name's Chris Smith. I'm the game director on Grid.
Okay, Chris, so what I'd like to talk about today is damage in Grid and also in racing games in general.
Yep.
Because last time I saw the game, it didn't have all of the damage system in. So if you could explain what the different elements of the damage system are, that'd be great.
We approach it on many levels. There's what happens to the player and the player car, and then also what happens to the AI. We've put in multiple layers, so damage isn't just experienced from one perspective, it's experienced from many perspectives. So out of the box, damage is visual only. Yes, for anyone who's asking, you can turn on mechanical damage, and your car will degrade as you get hits and as the damage goes up. We always let you finish, but you may not be as competitive as you were at the beginning of the race if you crash a lot. Now, I'm sure all of your viewers, they won't crash, so they'll never see that wonderfully complicated system we've put in for that. On the AI side, we also have the choreographer. Now that's also using the damage system, and some elements the player will never experience. Things like a wheel coming off or a car not performing as well. To simulate life and mechanical damage that happens in motorsport generally, we make sure that that's in there and supported. So you're going to see that. One, the choreographer doesn't touch the player, but those are things that could happen mechanical damage-wise to the AIs. Now for the player, we have multiple levels. Obviously we have scratches, but one thing you'll realize is that racing cars are racing cars. They don't start the race pristine. They start the race with nicks and little scratches because they've gone out on test runs, they've experienced the race, they've had their own little story. But on top of that, we've got scratches, light and heavy, which you'll see propagate as you rub up against other cars or maybe you hit a barrier. In addition to that, we have loose parts. Loose parts are anything from bumpers, front and rear, bonnets, back boots, doors that flap open. Some of those detach, like bonnets and even the rear doors, I think. Yes, mine came off today on the Volvo. Again, it depends on the car you're in. We do take some liberties. I'm sure some of those racing, some of our models have doors that flap where maybe they would be bolted shut for safety. We occasionally extend the truth, but the key here is the really important thing is we're trying to represent motorsport. We're not trying to be wreckfest where they destroy cars, and we're not trying to keep them pristine. We want them to tell a story. On top of that, we also have damage for carbon. A lot of the racing cars have carbon bodies or bonnets, and when you hit with those, you're going to see them break off. It's all based on the impact, so it's a very complex, deep system for carbon. Instead of a bumper falling off, you're going to see chunks come off there. In addition to that, we also have denting and deformation. So depending on the panel, the car doors, the rear, the front, and the model of car, and how the material it's made of, cars will dent more or less. So we have multiple systems on multiple levels. The glass will crack, but remember, it's not glass. It's usually some form of very resistant plastic of some sort. So they'll crack, but they won't shatter because who puts shattered glasses in a motorsport game? So we try to be authentic on as many levels and layer these damage systems up so that when they come into the game, all that subtlety comes together to sort of show off a really deep and meaningful damage system. And yes, of course, if you ram your car at 200 miles at the wall, you're going to get damage, but we do limit it because in real life, in real motorsport, no driver in real life would hurt all 200 miles an hour to his probable severe injury at a barrier. We still want to be representative to the manufacturers and the cars and motorsport as it stands.
That's awesome. Thanks very much, and good luck with the game because it's looking awesome and it's playing really well. And I look forward to the final review.
Thank you. Me too. It's always a scary time, but the one thing we know, which I think last time we talked about is all I want is people to buy this game to have fun. And if you're coming here saying you're having fun, everyone else here today, there's been a lot of smiles and great conversation, especially in the multiplayer, which has been nice to show finally.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
That's what a video game at its heart. Take damage, licensing, arcade, sim, any genre, at its heart a game has to be fun. And if you're having fun with it, and your viewers and anyone who buys the game has fun with it, then I'm happy. That's all I want from it, is pay money, have fun.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
Thanks for your time as well. Cheers.
Well, my thanks again to Chris. He's a very honest and open interviewee, which is quite rare, really, in video game circles. But yes, if you want to see that multiplayer race he was talking about, then you can check it out here. And I've also got my full preview of Grid, which is looking absolutely superb. So do check that out. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.